Well, hello, hello, hello. It is thrilling, thriving, thankful Thursday. Grab your beverage. Oh, remember this one? This is one of the ones I got in France. So pretty. Yeah. You know what I realized today, though, as I was doing the Keurig, because I stopped doing the microwave. So I did the Keurig and I just have it do the hot water and then I add my mushroom coffee, is that this is a really small mug. It got all the way up to literally like just balancing on the top. Yeah, that's what I realized today. Is that this mug is smaller than I thought it was. And so I used less mushroom coffee, and then I'll just put a little more water in and heat it up, and So how are you doing? What's going on? What have you been up to? What are you anticipating the day being? Do you do that? Do you wake up and you're in a foul mood, or you're anticipating a meeting that you're not really wanting to go to, or a day that's just going to be exhausting, or one that has a lot of moving parts that never seem to move in the right direction at the right time? And so you tell yourself all these things. This is how I do it, right? I wake up, I'm like, today is a really hectic, busy day. Instead, I now say, today's a very full day. Or today, I'm dreading this meeting. I could say, today I'm looking forward to getting this meeting over with, right? So shifting my perspective on my day, because otherwise I walk through my day dreading and I can't wait to get through it, and anticipating and looking for it to be difficult. And if I'm looking for it to be difficult, you know what happens. What we look for, we find, right? I find more and more things that don't go my way, more difficulties arise. And so I do my best in the morning to program my mind to have the best day ever. Yeah, to have the best day ever. The best day that I can possibly make it be. And so what am I doing today to make today the best day ever? Well, I start off with my gratitudes, the things that I am grateful for. And then I went for a walk with Duncan, and we went to a different place today that was shaded because it's pretty hot outside with the sun out. And now I'm here talking with you on this thrilling, thriving Thursday that I am incredibly thankful for. And then I'm going to go meet a friend. A friend is going to take lunch, and we're going to have lunch together during her work day. Oh my gosh! I know that she very rarely does this, and so I'm so grateful and thankful and excited to see her, because I don't get to see her, even though she's only 30 minutes away. I don't get to see her nearly as much as I would like. And there's so many things that are happening in each other's lives, and I want to be there to support and be a part of. So I'm really excited that I get to see her today. And then I get to, not I have to, not I'm required to, I get to come home and hang out with Duncan, let him out and do a couple things around the house, maybe crochet a little bit more of that project, which are you figuring out what it is I'm making? And then I'm going to go meet a friend at a bookstore and grab a coffee there at Barnes & Noble's. And I haven't seen her in a hot minute either. So I am super duper excited. And I also am looking forward to, figuring out, I need to sit down and I get to sit down at some point and figure out my meal plan, what I'm going to be eating. Last night have you ever gone to sit down? Like some nights I sit down for dinner and I am really wanting a piece of steak, right? Really wanting a piece of steak. Last night I did not. I did not want steak. I did not want fish. I did not want pork. I did not want ground meat. I did not want any of it. So what did I do? Because I knew I needed a protein source and I needed a vegetable and all that other stuff. So I made a chia bowl for dinner. Have you done that? Have you made breakfast for dinner? When was the last time you made breakfast for dinner? When was the last time? And what'd you make? Did you make eggs? Did you make pancakes? Waffles? What did you make? Do tell, what did you make? But I made a chia bowl. I have found, okay, so I drink almond milk. And I have gone through a lot of different almond milks. And a lot of them have like sunflower lecithin or guar gum or something in it to thicken it. This almond milk is so yummy. It is flavorful. It doesn't taste like almonds, but it has a thickness and a creaminess to it. It's only almonds, water, and salt. And it is so good. It's not really watery. It's not super like runny. Oh my good. I can actually sit and have a cup of almond milk. Crazy. Now, I have attempted to make my own almond milk, and that was an epic mess. I know some people do it on the regular, and yeah, that's not for me. But this I used that with chia seeds and hemp seeds and sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds and cacao nibs, and I put in some cacao. Like powdered chocolate, not cocoa. Cocoa is more refined with not as many benefits, nutritional benefits. I put cinnamon. I put a little bit of maple syrup. I put strawberries and blueberries. And oh my gosh, it was so good. And then on the side, I had sugar snap peas. Do you like sugar snap peas? Do you? What's the difference between sugar snap peas and English peas? Do you know? I don't know. But I do remember back in the day when I was a kid, my dad used to love English peas. And those he used to break open and eat the pea out of the pod. But sugar snap peas, you can just eat the whole thing. You can eat the pod as well. And I wonder if they were one and the same. He just peeled them. Yeah, I don't know. But I had a bunch of those. It was absolutely delicious. It was kind of like dinner and dessert all in one. Super duper yummy. Super yummy. And tonight I don't know what I'm going to have. I'm not really sure. I'm going to meet my friend for lunch, and I'm not really sure you know, what I'm going to do for dinner yet. I've got a couple of choices. I have pork tenderloin. I have ground pork. I have pork chops. You see a theme here. I also have flank steak. I also have ground bison. I don't know what I'm going to want tonight for dinner. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. And I also am going to, tomorrow, I am going to meet somebody with our dogs to go for a walk in the morning in a place I've never walked before. So I'm doing these things that I've not done before, and it is enlightening, and it is exciting. And yesterday I met a person in Warrenton, and it proceeded, we were going to do a live outside, and it proceeded to open up and pour, like absolutely torrential. Skies opened up, and we're sitting out there in front of the love sign, chatting and doing a live, and then we, all soaking wet, run into her car to sit and chat. And It's a memory. Do I love getting wet? No, I don't love getting wet. I really don't. I don't like getting wet. And it got cooler out. So cooler and wet, yeah, definitely not a fan. But it was a memory that we created that I won't forget. Sitting there laughing, having that live, and then going and sitting and chatting in her car for like over an hour. It was great. It was great. So it just goes to show that things can sometimes not go as planned and be better than had I planned them, right? More memorable for sure. And at one point, I had to go to the bathroom so bad that I thought I was going to wet my pants. And I was like, do you know where there is a bathroom around here? She goes, well, there's a porta potty right there, unless you want me to drive you somewhere. I was like, it'll take you longer to drive than for me to just go to the porta potty. So I just went to the porta potty to pee. I would have popped a squat. When was the last time? Have you ever popped a squat? Oh, I have. When I was pregnant with, I think it was my oldest, I pushed for so long that the birth canal was inflamed. And that made it almost impossible for me to pee. And so after having a C-section, they want you to be able to go to the bathroom. And I could not pee, and my bladder got really, really, really full. And to the point where I was in excruciating pain. And so they put a catheter in there to, relieve my bladder. But as a result of that, it seems like my bladder isn't able to hold, and it hurts if I let it get full and without releasing it for too long. Do you have that issue? Yeah, and then you always have to worry that if you get up from a seated position where your muscles are contracted, my concern is that they're going to loosen and then I'm going to wet myself. It's just life, my friend. It is what it is. It's life. You know what? Things that used to highly embarrass me, things that I used to never want to talk about, things that were horrifying they are what they are, right? They are what they are. And if you have that situation, just know you're not alone. You're not alone. There's many women out there that have that happen. Whether it's, I don't have it when I sneeze or laugh or cough that I release my bladder. But if I hold it for a long time and I'm really working to get to a bathroom, my concern is that those muscles are going to loosen and some is going to come out. And it has on some occasions. I've come running in the door from wherever, from an event, from grocery shopping, from somewhere, right? Running errands. And I am beelining it to the bathroom. And as I'm trying to get my pants off, my bladder releases. Like, it just is. It just is. Here's to us navigating life's most wonderful situations. Oh, good golly. They just are. And knowing that I'm not alone in this, I know there are others out there, whether you're willing or comfortable sharing that also happens to you. It's okay. Just know that you're not alone. Because you're not. You're just not. Let's see. What else did I want to share with you? Yeah. At what point do you decide to invest in your home or not invest? Is there a certain dollar amount that is like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that? I'm just curious. Because when we made the decision to stay here, we made the decision to invest in some things, like painting the entire house on the inside and the outside. That was a huge investment. Like finally remodeling the bathroom. That's also a very large investment. And do you find ways to beautify your home and just do it for less money? Like maybe you're able to do some things by yourself. I know somebody that remodeled their bathroom and they saved a boatload of money because they did all the deconstruction, all the breakdown. They did themselves. And then they hired out to put everything back together. It's like half the cost. There's ways around things that need to be done in our lives. And so often I find that I would be so focused on, oh my gosh, it needs to be done this way. And I would find that no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I would never have thought, oh, I can rip out the vanities. I can rip out the tile. I can rip out the bathtub. I can do all of that and just hire, like that would not have occurred to me. No, it wouldn't. But yes, if the budget is not robust enough to allow for both, there's always that option, right? Sweat equity. When we decided that we were gonna do those closet organizer for our master closet, I reached out to all the big names, right? The California Closets and all of them, and got quotes. And they were upwards of like $10,000 to do our closet. And I was like, I am not spending $10,000 on a closet that no one sees but me. I'm just not doing that. And so we looked at doing it ourselves and going and buying the components at the builder stores. And they weren't as cheap as I had thought that they would be. And one of the stores, we went to Home Depot. We'd been to Lowe's, we went to Home Depot, and we went into the place that you can figure out. There was a sign. If you want help designing your closet on what components to put in it, call this number. And I really thought, and so did John, we really thought that it was just someone from the store that was going to come out, see what we had, see what we needed, and advise us which pieces to go back and purchase and do ourselves. But what ended up transpiring was we ended up getting a representative from a company called Rubbermaid. Did you know that Rubbermaid made closets? Those organizers? Yeah, they do. And we had someone come out, design the closet based on what we had and what we needed. And it was a fraction. It was like a third of the cost of what the other big companies. So if you've got a home project and you really want to get it done, but you don't have the budget to do it the way that you anticipated, or that the people that are giving you quotes are quoting you, just know that there's other ways to get it done. There's other ways to skin a cat. There's other ways to get the project done for less. You can still get the project done, have it look professional, have it look amazing, and have it be a fraction of the cost. It requires diligence. It requires, asking around. It requires not giving up. It requires thinking outside the box. Like I said, I wouldn't have thought to, deconstruct my bathroom on my own to save half the money, but our friend did that. That's a huge savings. And if you have the ability to do that, absolutely, all day, every day, right? Why not? Why not? You don't do it because A, you don't want to. B, you have the budget to hire somebody else to do it. Or C, you don't have the time. You just don't have the time. Or you don't want to spend the time. You don't want to spend the time having your bathroom down for that long, because it'll take much longer if you're only capable of doing it on evenings and weekends. It would probably take you longer to deconstruct it than if you hired somebody. So, that's why you hire somebody when you don't have the time, or you don't have the ability, or you don't have the bandwidth, or something like that. But if you do, good golly, why not? So there you go. I've shared with you how to get house projects done at a fraction of the price. I've shared what to eat for dinner when you don't feel like eating the normal stuff. And let me know, what are you doing today? What are you eating tonight? What project is on the back burner that you might now be able to pull forward and actually find a way, thinking outside the box, to get it done? I hope this has been helpful on our coffee chat. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow, my friend. Make it an amazing day. See ya.